Hello, my name is Glenn Dyer, and you are watching a Dyer-Situation. Today I'm seeing War for the Planet of the Apes. This is a movie about a war for the Planet of the Apes. Yeah. Okay. Of course, this is the third in the reboot series, starting to get confusing, of the Planet of the Apes line. A series which, honestly, it's a miracle it continued after the first movie, which was a pretty conclusive film. But, they did it. They have like 4 or 5 movies in the original series, and a Tim Burton reboot, and now like a totally different reboot series that's gone on for 3 movies now. That's incredible, honestly. But, you know, it's not a reboot in the bad way, though, because honestly, the recent Planet of the Apes movies are pretty good. The titles are starting to get on me, though. I have no idea how anybody's supposed to, like, order these in the future. But then again, I suppose that's a tradition. That's what they did with the original series, too. But, like, still, like... Okay, so for this, it's Dawn, then, Battle? No, it's not Battle. Is it? It's Dawn. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is the one where the monkeys are given the T virus and get smart and take over and like battle humanity, right? And the second one is just like a fight for resources. And this one, I guess, is like an actual war with like war elements. I don't know. I think I reviewed the second one, didn't I? It was a while ago. Yeah, I reviewed that one. I haven't actually seen the first one in this series, I'm sad to say. I tried to locate a copy, but obviously I didn't try hard enough. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, I like the second one quite a lot. I like the acting, I like the story, I like the concept, I like the science fiction elements of it, I like the characters in it, I like how the conflicts kind of build off of each other and stuff, and you kind of realize, like, well, some people are just assholes, and some people are unwilling to forgive stuff like that, and it leads to conflicts. And I guess eventually it'll just lead to the apes taking over. So, and you start to wonder if that's really a bad thing at this point. Okay, yeah, it is kind of a bad thing, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, I'm honestly looking forward to this. I hope it's good. Let's see it. And I'm back. So, I saw the movie, and, as a bonus, due to a major scheduling error, which forced me to not be able to see the other 2 movies that I was going to see this week, I instead decided to come home and watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes, the first one in this series. So now I have a full, rounded view. So to get to that one first, wow. I mean, I saw it. It wasn't bad, but I am very surprised the series continued after that one. Like, there was a lot of questions left unanswered. It felt a little rushed. A lot of the references that it made, like to, like it mentioned, like, oh, the ship's going off to Mars, and there was like a newspaper saying it disappeared in space, and, you know, then there's that callback line that Draco Malfoy says, like, get your damn hands off me, you damn dirty ape. It's like, Jesus, it felt so hammy. I'm really glad that the other movies aren't like that at all. I mean, this movie, they have a little girl character, and she's eventually named Nova, but, like, it's not so abhorrent a reference that, like, it distracts you from the movie, and also, they have a reason in movie for calling her that. They don't just say randomly, you're Nova now, or something like that. And also, she's a different character, in case you're wondering. Like, there's no possible way she could be the same Nova in the series, because, like, the other movie takes place 2,000 years in the future. Spoilers. But yeah, it was... I don't know. I'm guessing if I saw that movie today, I would have just been really lukewarm about it. Been like, yeah, it's better than the Tim Burton one, but I don't know. But yeah, made up for that with the second one. This movie fucking killed it. That was awesome. I loved this movie. War of the Planet of the Apes. War for the Planet of the Apes. Like, especially once I went back and like saw like how it began and stuff, how the characters grew. It's like, I don't know where to start, honestly. Yeah, so just to give you kind of an idea of the setting, it takes place after dawn, right? Like, I'm sure it's been like a few decades or so since the simian flu wiped out most of humanity and stuff, and yeah, this is basically just like the apes trying to survive against the last remnants of humanity. It's no longer like a fight for resources, it's more just like, well, at first it's revenge, but it turns out to be something else later on, which is actually like really clever and ties into the overall evolution of this planet and stuff. And so I don't really want to spoil it, but like, yeah, it's kind of a twist in there. Not a huge one, but like kind of one, and it also deals with like topics of like just like revenge in general, like whether that's actually helpful to anyone or whether it's the right thing to do, and it challenges our characters in new and unique ways, and new characters are introduced and they're so dynamic and they grow, and I just love it. I just love it. This is easily my favorite of the trilogy now. Yeah, I can't gush about it enough. I definitely recommend it. I know some people might be a little apathetic about the series just because it is a strange idea. I mean, you're essentially like continuing the universe of a Twilight Zone episode, and it's odd. It's not something you'd think of, but honestly, they found a way. They found a way to make this a very interesting universe that I'd like to see explored even more. I mean, even by the end of this movie, we're a little closer to what we saw 2,000 years down the road, but there's still a lot to go. I mean, when Charlton Heston landed on the planet, he took a soil sample and found that it was like inhospitable for life, and like they were kind of suggesting that there was like a nuclear war at some point. And also, yeah, actually, here's a criticism. At one point in the movie, this is the only kind of moment that like totally brought me out of the film, and I was just kind of like backlashed by it. It's like it was when the bad guy revealed his intentions, I suppose. It kind of relates to the twist, but like you know, he revealed what was going on, like why he did what he did, why he did the thing that kickstarted the plot essentially, and at one point he just kind of spouts out, well, what this is a holy war. Like, he says it exactly like that. And you have to bear in mind that at no point before this was he saying anything, like, vaguely religious about it. Like, not to spoil anything, but, like, his intentions were, like, heroic, I suppose? Well, not heroic, but, like, kind of a totalitarian solution for a very intense problem, would be the way to put it. And there's nothing necessarily religious about it. I mean, it could be, if you spin it that way, but instead he calls it a holy war, and that is the first and last time that anything religious is brought up. But here's the thing, I kind of get where they were going with that in a way, because the very first movie, if you recall, there was a religion that the apes had set up that basically reinforced the ape superior to man dynamic, right? It was like, beware the beast man, for he is the devil's pawn, you know, that kind of thing. Like, to to prevent the whatever happened to the planet from happening again, prevent man from re-evolving. Um, and you know, I was thinking, okay, are they gonna do like a spin on that? Are they gonna like show like the grassroots of something similar to that happening? But no, it's almost as if they almost went there and then like pulled back at the last second, and it was just distracting to me. I'm not even sure why they included that line at all, because it did not, I'm not joking, it did not relate to what was going on, even slightly. They did not act like they were doing this for a religious purpose, more like a trained military, do not question authority purpose. You know, which like could relate to like the old Crusades kind of thing, but they don't. Not in the movie, not as portrayed. So I'm thinking there was some sort of conflict between like studio heads and the director or something like that resulted in something like that happening, because it would be pretty controversial to just straight up like use the religious aspects these days. And yeah. So if I have any criticism, it's just like that one particular moment. But yeah, other than that, great story, great great characters, great effects. I mean, Jesus, these apes are looking more and more real every day. Andy Serkis is great. So yeah, and until next time, I'm Glenn Dyer, and you have been watching a Dyer Situation.